Hi guys, and welcome back again with IGCSE ICT for the 9th grade. Today we are going to complete our first sections is talk about the hardware and the software. And as we said before, that the hardware and the hardware is related to the physical part of the computer system, and the software is related to the logical part for the computer system, such as computer programs, application software, and so on. Today we are going to discuss the second part of the computer system, that is the software. So what is the software? The software, as we said before, it's something that cannot be touched. Software is like computer program, computer system, computer software. Today we are going to discuss this important part of the computer system. This part is responsible to operate and manage the computer. Okay guys, so let's start our lesson today. The software are programs for controlling the operation of a computer or for processing electronic data. Software consists of sets of instructions that tell the computer hardware what to do. Software is written in a computer language, and there are quite few different ones. Computer hardware is useless without the software. So the software is of two main types. So we have two main types of software. This is very important, guys. The first one is application software. And the second one is system software. So we have two main parts of software. The first one is application software, and the second one is system software. What is the application software? Well, the application software is an application or programs that are designed to carry out certain operations for particular application. The formatting of text and the organization of page layout can be performed using word processing software, which is an example of application software. So let's see here types or examples of application software. The first one is word processing. We all know what is the word processing. It's like that. Let me see you. This is the word processing. This is the word processing. This is application software. So using this software, you can just type anything and editing formatting. Okay? The second one is spreadsheet software that store data in cells formed by the intersection of row and columns. It's like Excel, as you see here. This is the spreadsheet. It's containing columns and rows. The cells is an intersection of columns and rows. This is the second application software example. The third one is database management system, DBMS, database management system. It's also a software that provides facilities for the organizations and management of a body of information required for a particular application. It's like Access. Access is an example of database application software. This is the Access. You see here? This is the Access. It's a good example that exists in our Office program or application software. It's a good example for application software that represent database. Control software used to supply instruction in order to tell the device, such as washing machine, automatic cookers, and how to operate. Control software, these software are stored in the processor. As we said before, the processor is responsible to perform all the operational, all the arithmetic and logical operations. So these software stored inside the processor. This processor exists in the new home appliances such as washing machine, and I think most of the home appliances now containing processor. This processor containing something called control software, which are these programs controlling and tell the devices what to do. Measuring software. This software is used to issue instructions to sensors to take the measurement of physical quantities such as a temperature, pressure, and etc. These measuring software, such as let's say the sensor that exists in the elevator, so it tells that if you just see that someone is passing the elevator doors, stop, don't close. This is a type of this software. This software exists at the processor, and the processor tells the sensor what to do. Okay, applets and apps are little programs. For example, the applications that may be found in the social media. A photo editing software to edit and update the photo. A video editing software, and graphics manipulation software used to alter the appearance of images, such as Adobe Photoshop, for example. So these are types of application software. So if I am asking you to give an example of application software, just choose one of these. All application software, all software or all application could be application software. To clarify this more, let's take the other parts of the software, the system software. What is the system software? The system software, guys, is as you see here, it's a computer software that managing and controlling the computer hardware, such as operating system, device drivers, compilers, linkers, and utilities. Let's go to these type of system software. The first one is operating system. What is the operating system? The operating system, it is like Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10. This software is you can say it's a computer manager. It's managing all the computer functions, all the computer jobs. So the operating system is a program or a suite of program that controls the system resources and the processor. Using these resources on the computer, you will learn about the different tasks performed by an operating system later on this chapter, inshallah. So the operating system is very important. The computer cannot work without operating system. So ask yourself, is your computer going to work without Windows? No. Is your smartphone, if you have a Huawei or Samsung smartphone, is going to work without an Android operating system? No. So the operating system is the software that is responsible to operate, manage, control computers and all computer parts and peripherals. Okay, guys? Let's go to the second part of system software, is a compilers. What is the compilers? Guys, compilers is a software responsible to convert computer languages to computer that can be understood. So we all know that computer only understand the 0-1 language. So the compilers is transferring all the computer or high-level computer languages such as .NET or anything else, basics, to 0-1s that could be understood by the computer. So this is the main job for the compilers, converting the languages to 0-1s that can be understood through the computers. Let's go to the third part of the system software, device drivers. What is the device drivers? Device drivers are software used to supply instruction to the hardware on how to operate equipment that may be connected to the computer, such as a printer scan. So if you go and just buy new printers and you want to install the printers and connect it to your computer, you just type print, it doesn't print. So what you have to do, to take the CD that comes with the printers and install on your machines. So this is called, this CD or the program that inside the CD is called device drivers. So the device drivers is a program that configured the computer hardware and connected to the computer. This is the device driver. Okay. The fourth part for the system software is linkers. What is the linker? The linkers are programs that are usually a part of computers. Linkers take care of linking between the code that the programs write and the other resources and libraries that make up the whole programs file that can be executed, run. So this is the main job for the linker. It's linking the program that written by the programs and the resources or the libraries of these programs. And the last one of system software is utilities. What is the utility? The utilities programs are provide a part of system software and help the user with everyday tasks such as a file maintenance task, so creating a new folder, copying files, renaming files, deleting files, installing file, compressing file, checking, formatting, building CDs and DVDs, antiviruses software, and so on. All these software are called utilities. Utilities software. So we have 5 types of system software, as we said before: operating system, compilers, device drivers, linkers, and utilities. Okay, guys. So this is a short example or exercise to see how we are going to choose these software to application software or system software. Let's start, guys. The linker, is the linker application software or system software? No, I think it's system software. Video editing? No, it's application software. Windows 7? No, it's operating system. It's a system software. Explorer? No, it's application software. Games? Application software. Excel? Application software. Windows 10? It's an operating system, so it's a system software. Screen driver? It's a driver. You remember driver? You can just configure the screen to the computer, so it's a system software. Database, like Access, it's application software. Compilers, no, it's a system software. Word, application software. Utilities, system software. Okay, guys. Very good. Let's answer this question, guys. Question A. First, explain the main difference between computer hardware and software. As we said before, guys, the computer hardware represents the physical parts, and the computer software represents the logical, represents the program, the software. So the hardware, something can be touched The software, something cannot be touched. This is the main difference between the hardware and the software. B, give 2 examples of computer hardware and 2 examples of computer software. It's very easy. Computer hardware, if we are talking about internal computer hardware, let's say just like RAM, hard disk drive, motherboard, all these are internal hardware. External hardware like printers, mouse, screens, monitors, scanners, more than 2 examples. Let's give an example of software, application software, system software, Word, Excel, antiviruses, Windows. Okay. Question number 2, system software includes the following. System software: operating system, device, driver, utilities. Okay, we all know that. Write down the piece of software from list above that performs each of the following tasks. Okay. Number 1, switches the printer on, off, and send data to the printer for printing. This one is for operating system. Operating system is responsible to do that, to switch the printer on or off. Okay, guys? Compress file. Compress file, its utility. C, provide a user interface so that the user can easily create folders. It's an operating system. D, keep tracks of where to store data of hard disk to drive, operating system. Delete and remove viruses, utilities. Used to supply instruction as how to operate hardware attached to the computer, its device driver. Question number 3, hardware devices can be either internal hardware device or external hardware device. Explain. We say before that the internal hardware device like motherboard, RAM, ROM, hard disk drive, and so on. The external is outside the computer case like printers, mouse, keyboard, monitors, scanners, and every computer preference that outside the computer case. Okay, let's go directly to a question B, the second part of question 3. From the following list, identify which are internal and external. Okay, mouse, external, motherboard, internal, processor, internal, ROM, internal, keyboard, external, video card, internal hard disk drive, it says that internal, printer, external, sound card, internal. Okay. Question number 4. System software is a suite of a program that includes the operating system, device driver, and utilities. Explain why all computers needs an operating system. We say before, guys, why all computer system? Because the operating system is the manager. It's containing all the instruction that telling the computer what to do, how to deal with. So no computer can be operated without the operating system. Okay, guys? B, the second part of question 4B, is a device driver hardware or software? No, device driver is a software. It's to configure the hardware. It's a program or software to configure the hardware to the computer. Okay? When a printer is attached or linked to a computer system, a device driver is loaded. Correct. Explain what is the purpose of a device driver. So we say that the device driver is to configure, to define these external hardware appliance to the motherboard or to the computers. Okay? Give two tasks that are performed by utility software, like software for formatting the PC, like software for antivirus, like software for compressing the file. All these software used as a utility software. Okay, guys. So let's go directly, guys, to see the interface GUI and CLI. Okay, guys. What is the interface GUI and CLI? It's the interface that related to the operating system. Either you are using Windows 10, Windows 8, Windows 7, and so on. So the type of interface used with the operating system could be GUI and CLI. The GUI is a stand for a graphical user interface. A graphical user interface. This type, guys, this type of interface is called GUI, a graphical user interface. So the graphical user interface GUI, these are very easy to use and have features such as windows, icons, menus, pointers, etc. Example, it's like Windows, Mac operating system, and Opera. It's a type of operating system. Okay. The CLI, the second type, the CLI is command line driver, command line driven interface, command line interface, CLI, command line interface. What is this? This type of interface is used to dealing with the operating system directly with no graphical interface. Let's see how to do that. Just go here in this bar and type CMD. It will take you directly to this is the CLI interface, as you see. You can just perform commands directly. For example, I want to see the time. Now, the computer time, just type time. Enter. It gives you the time. The current time is, okay. Date. To see the date. This is the date. And so on. Clear screen, CLS. See the directory, the contents, DIR. Okay, this type of interface is called CLI. CLI, no graphical interface. No graphical interface. So, command line driven interface CLI that we have. You should type the commands, must be worded, and it can be hard to remember, so it has disadvantages. But what is the advantages and disadvantages for both? Let's see here. The graphical user interface is very easy, that you can deal directly with windows, menus, pointers, and so on. The benefits and a drawback between an operating system which uses GUI and those which use CLI, the benefits. GUI is considered by the most people to be more user-friendly. It is more obvious to know users how to do simple tasks such as printing by just clicking on the printer icon. There are no commands to remember. You simply just click on the icon or drag and drop the mouse and so on. It is much easier to find the program that are running using GUI. The drawback, what is the drawback? The GUI takes up more hard disk space when being stored. The GUI requires more memory, ROM and RAM. A more experienced user might find that typing in commands is quicker than moving the mouse or clicking. A powerful processor is needed to run in the latest version of GUI. Okay, this is a type. This is the GUI graphical interface. This is examples of CLI commands. Okay, this is the benefits and drawback of CLI. The first one, if the user is experienced very well in using the CLI, it can be faster to type commands rather than move the mouse and click on drop down menus and icons to issue the same commands. Second, a CLI does not use as much hard disk space when being stored. The third one, CLI does not need as much memory, ROM and RAM. And the last one, you do not need a powerful processor to run CLI because it doesn't use a graphical interface. And we know all that the graphical interface takes a lot of memory and a lot of RAM. The drawback, you need to learn and remember lots of commands, and it's some people find it's hard to remember all these commands to be typed. Commands must be issued in a specific order, otherwise the command will be rejected. This is the drawback of the CLI. Okay guys, I think we just finished our lessons today. I hope you benefited from our lessons today. Let me remind you guys that you can ask any questions at any time through contacting me directly. Don't hesitate to ask any questions. All teachers here in SANS National Academy are ready to help you to answer any question you need. Take care of yourself and family, and goodbye.